it really hit me that this was going on this album. Hey, it's On Rain's rotation here. I just gotta say, we've got another late one, ladies and gentlemen. I finally listened to PinkPantheress' album, Heaven Knows, which is a little bit funny because I loved her feature on the Barbie soundtrack as well as the song that she did for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack. Anya Midi is so underrated and I'm upset about it because that song is golden. It's so good. But it took me way too long to check this album out and I'm very, very, very embarrassed because oh my god. So the first track, Another Life featuring Rima. I love that spooky intro with the organ. Of course, I'm biased because I love the rain in the background. This really hit as an opener for me. The lyrics are an actual nightmare, but it gives us such a great taste of where we're about to go in the album. And also like the themes that are being represented in the album, life and experiencing life, with the little dash of romance thrown in there. And for some reason, the production on this one kind of reminded me of the Power Rangers. I mean that in the best way. I don't know why, but for some reason I was super obsessed with Mystic Force. I think because of like the butterflies and just the foresty theme of the show. I gotta say, the album has such good sound effects that are thrown in there. The guitar flicks on this track in particular had me going crazy. And on the outro too, the way that electric guitar takes us out is absolutely sickening. But I did feel like, as amazing as the feature was, it was pretty short. But what an opener overall. True Romance, the camera's flickering and flashing, oh my god, it gave me a little bit of paparazzi, Lady Gaga. The meaning of this song was pretty funny for me. It was a throwback to like the Wattpad days, if that's how you say it, and like the Tumblr, just fan fiction days of like One Direction and Justin Bieber. It's like that feeling of you making eye contact with your favorite band member and like they instantly fall in love with you. It really took me back to my Tumblr days of like thirsting over all of the guys in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I was deep into standing all these men on Tumblr and that's exactly where the song took me. Clapping in the song was very catchy. Production feels like really juicy because it really takes you into that second verse with that feeling of being swept up in the romance and in the moment and oh my god, marry me while you're head over heels over your favorite singer. And I love the fact that the jungle drums just peeked in and out. Like, it was so playful but very cool. Now the way Mosquito started off was very nice, very smooth, and the beat just really grounded it for me. But the whistling in the song was pleasant as hell, aside from the fact that she's dead, which is a reoccurring theme throughout this album, which had me very shook. I was like, yes, because of the title of the album. Very obvious, but also very cool. And it's not something that we see a lot in this genre. The Isle was very moody, but very, very pretty. The pre-chorus, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gave me Mario, but I was very happy about that. And the chorus felt very disco-like to me, which made it one of my favorite choruses in the entire album. It was very get up and dance and very groovy, even though throughout the lyrics it's expressed that she's not having the best time at all. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I am with this song. It's the fact that her production is often so very pretty and cool. And in her lyrics, she's talking about some real shit. And it's a very cool just crossover between those different feelings. But what makes this song stand out as a favorite for me is the fact that it feels kind of Tame Impala-ish, very Kevin Parker infused, like the disco, the grooviness, the get up to it. Yo, it's just so fucking groovy, especially the outro. Come on. Nice to meet you. The sparkles at the very beginning of the song just tickled my ear in the best way. And it also sealed the deal for me as one of my favorite songs on the album. When that beat kicked in and the bass, like, get out of here. The production on this one was absolutely insane. Chorus was stuck in my head immediately. And then a little bit of Jersey influence sprinkled in there. Central C as the feature was crazy. And the breakdown during his verse had me internally screaming. It was so good and so fun to listen to. Bury Me featuring Kalela is an example of a song that would make me scream. I was instantly hooked on the vibes of this track, okay? If that made any sense. It gave me dark rainforest type of vibes, but the sun is setting and there's a tinge of purple and brown in that sunset, and it's nice and warm and just feeling good overall. Kalela is an awesome ass feature. And this song for me was just perfection all around. Internet Baby. Why was this an interlude? I thought about it and it kind of makes sense in the way that PinkPantheress really blew up from TikTok, which the drama going on TikTok because of the whole UMG situation is I think the fact that this song was so short makes sense because of TikTok and short form content, and that's how she really found her footing in the music industry. So it kind of makes sense, but I'm still upset. The distorted vocals were so cool, especially when she sings I Like That. And I guess it was on the shorter side because it's a tiny bit more experimental, but still, it still very much stings that the song is this short. Oh, Ophelia. I already knew what was going down because of the title of the song. And this one hurt. It did. The harp introducing us into the song had me feeling like I was floating. And then the drums were really, really nice. The backing vocals, they were just so full and so fucking beautiful. And I think with the sirens going off in the background and the implementation of the heartbeat that's put in the song, I think this is one of the closer songs that really reflects the album title the best. It's so good. It is so good. Also, a message from this song: be aware of your surroundings and trust your intuition. Feel Complete has a very cool ass beat and the lyrics are so relatable. If you have experience with alcoholism in any kind of way, like it's scary good. The storytelling is like really just scary good. The violins in the background are just absolutely just gorgeous. And it's just another stellar outro. I was very happy to see that Muramasa has a writing credit on this one because it's Blue is another darker sounding song on this album, but it's very watery feeling, if that makes sense. The chorus is such a great ride, and that melody just had me like, oh, okay. And funnily enough, some of the lyrics in this song are things that I relate to. And the sounds in the bridge, there's some strong sounds here that just feel so grand, but really for me, it just escalates that feeling of things being final and this is the way that things are. And she just can't fuck with the person in this song, and that's okay. I don't know why, but Feelings was super dark in the best fucking way possible. It's that beat though, it's very nightclubish. It feels like some shit's about to go down and you're in the club and you're dancing, but you're also being nosy because you're trying to figure out what exactly is going on production wise. I had to listen to this song twice because it was so, like, it really hit me that this was going on this album. I fell in love with this song as soon as I heard it. But with how dark the song feels, it's kind of crazy because her vocals are almost childlike. And she does a great job at putting opposites together in her music. Capable of Love. The highlighting of her vocals before everything starts to come in production wise is absolutely amazing to me. Like chills worthy. Oh yes, I love the way she sings on the chorus. And of course the guitar takes me out on the bridge. And the bridge just feels so personal and very well built overall. Because here she's wondering if she's even capable of love, and it's just tears. But the wedding bells and the heartbeat once again is a very cool touch to take us out of the album in terms of theme here, because this leads into Boy's a Liar Part 2. To me, given the journey that we went on, this kind of felt like a credits rolling. The way that this was put into the album, we all know this song's a bop. The song is a fucking bop. I just wish that there was another song either before or after this that kind of just tied everything in just a tiny bit better. So I think a deluxe edition for this album would have been cool as well. But I'm very happy with the album as it is. So the album as a whole is a masterpiece production-wise. There's so many interesting bits and pieces that make you feel like it's a museum and you want to visit multiple times to make sure that you caught everything or as much as you can catch. And PinkPantheress herself is amazing. In certain tracks, she does try to veer away from the vocal style that I guess we're used to from her, and it works. I love her experimenting. I did get comfortable with To Hell With It. I really did. And so to see her kind of flirting with some darker elements and some darker things in this album was a very, very nice touch. Even though the production is stellar, she doesn't get too overshadowed by everything that's going on, which kudos to her. She just does the early 2000s sound extremely well. Like, that's her thing. And for her to kind of flirt with other things and play around with other things is very cool. The theme that she's going with of death, I think it suited her because it wasn't done in a super depressing way. The songs had enough energy to them and enough just oomph to them in general to make me bop to them. And then when she would say something like, "Oh no, I'm dead," I'm just like, huh? Like, I hear you. I'm having a good time, but girl, are you, huh? But I really like this album. I for sure know that if I had listened to it last year, like I should have, it would have definitely been one of my favorite albums from last year. And I'm definitely cussing myself out internally. Like, I really am. With that being said, tell me if you like this album. What are your favorite songs? Leave me a comment. And make sure you like the video so we can keep talking about music. My name is Rain. Subscribe to my channel.